Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us for this press event on Sunday, January 19th, 2025. My name is Thomas Schutz, Public Information Officer for the Palisades Fire, and we're going to jump right into it with our incident commander for the Palisades Fire.
Thank you. My name is Justin McComb. I'm one of the incident commanders for the Palisades. A little update on the fire today. The fire is currently 23,713 acres with 52% containment. We have over 5,000 personnel on the fire still. That's with 5,677. Since January 16th, a total of 12,501 structures and approximately 32,227 residents have been repopulated. And as of today at 2 o'clock, areas of Pacific or Palisades Highlands, that area was changed to residents only. So we're allowing the folks of Palisades Highlands back into their houses. Currently, the priorities are still to allow the urban search and rescue teams to complete the interior part of the fire and continue their mission. Once they complete the areas, we are in close coordination with some of our utility companies, and so it's imperative that we keep that relationship in good standing and making sure that it is timely and coordinated to ensure that all of those areas are re-energized in a timely manner. We will continue to reach out to our cooperators and make sure that we are still going to prioritize trying to get folks into their houses as soon as we possibly can. Thank you.
Next up, our incident meteorologist.
All right, good afternoon. Rich Thompson, incident meteorologist with the National Weather Service, sign of the Palisades incident. As you can see behind me here in my weather matrix, we have a lot of red boxes for the next several days across the fire. What that means is we have the expectation of some critical fire weather conditions. More specifically, we're going to have another round of Santa Ana winds across this fire, anywhere beginning Monday, during the day on Monday, and continuing through Thursday evening. At this point in time, the strongest winds look to be Monday night, Tuesday morning, but there's going to be some amount of Santa Ana winds blowing across this area all the way through Thursday. With those gusty Santa Ana winds, we're also going to have very low humidity, dropping down below 10% and not recovering any amount at all. So it's going to stay generally in the single digits Monday through Thursday. So with that, combined with the critically dry fuel out there, since we haven't had any rain since last April, here that gives you the recipe for critical fire weather conditions. So there is a red flag warning in effect for the area from 8 a.m. tomorrow morning until 10 p.m. Tuesday evening, and then a fire weather watch in effect from Tuesday evening at 10 p.m. through 10 p.m. on Thursday evening. So again, Monday through Thursday, we're expecting critical fire weather conditions across the area, so definitely conditions that people need to be abreast of.
I'd now like to invite all of our presenters and subject matter experts up to the stage, please. And next up, Los Angeles County Sheriff.
Good afternoon. My name is Min Dien, Commander for the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department. I would like to brief you on an incident, a good arrest that we had yesterday. On January 18, we were notified of a vehicle that looked like a fire engine going through a checkpoint. The deputies detained the individuals and questioned them. They have learned that this individual have purchased the vehicle through an auction, and they had been in the area for about a couple of days. The individual had turnout gears and radios on them as if they were firemen. The individual was later booked at Malibu Lost Hill Station, and our major crimes investigators actively investigate this case, and we will present it to the District Attorney Office for filing consideration. The male by the name of Dustin Nell, female is by the name of Jennifer Nell. Both of them have no criminal history in the state of California. Dustin Nell has a criminal history in Oregon for criminal mischief and arson. I'll be available for any question that you may have later on. Thank you.
Next up, California National Guard.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Manuel Areno of Task Force 143 with the California Army National Guard. I would like to provide you guys a brief update on the activities of the National Guard in support of the Palisades fire. We continue to have over 600 soldiers, all dedicated directly to ensuring the safety of those affected by the Palisades fire and to preserving the security of their homes and properties. We currently have 43 traffic control points and patrols in operation, as well as multiple security missions and roving patrols. Task Force 143 is working directly with our partners, LAPD and Santa Monica PD Department, to provide an orderly and organized return to neighborhoods that have been cleared to be reoccupied. Thank you for your ongoing resilience and patience.
Next up, City of Los Angeles Emergency Management Department and Emergency Operations Center.
Good afternoon. My name is Daryl Pittiga. I'm here on behalf of EMD for the City of Los Angeles Emergency Operations Center. The EOSC's recovery team continues to address the many issues surrounding residents for reentry and evacuated areas to LA impacted by the Palisades fire. Whether or not you are able to return to your properties yet, you can still get started with the recovery process now. Visit lacity.gov website and click on the LA Wildfire Recovery link for information and resources. There are many forms of assistance for individuals, families, property owners, and businesses. Also at lacity.gov, you'll find links for the best way to contact city agencies now dealing with missing person reports, lost pets, loss of power, housing for victims, and more. Sometimes, though, you may want to contact someone in person. If so, go to the Disaster Recovery Center. For the Palisades fire, it's located at UCLA Research Park West, 10850 Pico Boulevard in LA. This is a one-stop resource center with representatives from more than 75 public and non-profit agencies there to assist you and business owners. Some of the things that they can help and assist you with is restoring utilities that may be shut off for public safety reasons, navigating home and business insurance claims processes, replacing medication, referrals for mental counseling, replacing lost vital records such as driver's license or passports, assistance for businesses who have been impacted by the fire. Since its opening on Tuesday, more than 1,500 households have visited this Westside Disaster Recovery Center. It is open every day from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and will remain open to provide services to those who've been impacted by the fires. For more detailed information and links to all of these recovery resources and more, again, please visit lacity.gov and watch for updates from LA City at Unified LA social media accounts. We'll continue to provide updates and we'll be with you each step. Thank you.
Next up, FEMA.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Hart. I'm a FEMA spokesperson assigned to the FEMA press office in Pasadena. As of this morning, FEMA has provided more than $32 million to wildfire survivors, and that number continues to grow as we speak. We're encouraging anyone who is affected by the wildfires to register for FEMA assistance. But before contacting FEMA, anyone affected by the fires should first contact their insurance company. You can register to find out what FEMA assistance you are eligible for, in 4 different ways. One way is to dial 1-800-621-3362, and they can do that between 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, or they can visit disasterassistance.gov or download the FEMA app and register there. We also have 2 disaster recovery centers operating 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The first one is located at Pasadena City College and is located at 3035 East Foothill Boulevard. The second facility is at the UCLA Research Park, and that address is 10850 Pico Boulevard, and that is at the corner of Pico and Westwood Boulevard. These centers will also be operating tomorrow during the Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday. The recovery centers offer a variety of federal, state, and local agencies and services in one location. You can replace your Social Security card, for example, or passport there, and also you can complete your SBA application. We do encourage those impacted by the wildfires to complete an SBA application for loans that can help them pay for home repair and replacement, personal property replacement, and small business injury, and these are at competitive interest rates. The current deadline to register for FEMA and SBA assistance is March 10th, 2025. And lastly, please stay in contact with FEMA either through the 800 number or at one of our recovery centers. We also have people on the ground at shelters, feeding locations, and community events throughout the area, and this is to help people get registered or to answer specific questions. Thank you.
Next up, with the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Horvath.
Good evening. I appreciate Unified Command's diligence in getting people back home. Our focus is on repopulation this week, and we know we're moving quickly to finish urban search and rescue work so that utilities can safely be restored where possible. We prioritized utility restoration in the Topanga Canyon area yesterday, and we stress extended care through coming back to your neighborhoods, which we know are forever changed. There are many people who are eager to get back home, and we understand that. We are working quickly to get you back into your neighborhoods. If you can wait, we encourage you to do so because of public health risks that do exist. Public health advises that debris, stage 1, debris removal, will be conducted in coordination between county, state, and federal government. Phase 2, in order for you to have that phase completed at your home location, you will need to fill out an application form to apply for that service, or you can apply for a private service on your own, and that service will need to comply with all directives. Because of the air quality in the fire-impacted areas, we encourage people to use air filters at home if you have them, to wear N95 masks and PPE when you are outdoors, including goggles and gloves. And there are kits, if you are returning to your home, there are kits available at the disaster recovery centers that provide you all of this protective gear, including a bodysuit to wear in order to go back into these areas. We strongly encourage you to use this PPE to keep yourselves safe. There's even more risk for young people as well as older adults given these health concerns, so we encourage you to use extreme caution. Do not use leaf blowers anywhere in these areas. Your clothes in your homes may be contaminated because of all of these particulates in the air. Please, we encourage you to wash your clothes before you wear them when you return home, and to replace your air filters in your HVAC systems when you return home. As you heard, we are entering a red flag weather week, and everyone must remain vigilant. The disaster recovery centers will remain open for those who are seeking recovery assistance. I would add that price gouging efforts are underway, and we want to make sure that everyone is protecting themselves from price gouging. The Attorney General of the state of California asks you to report any price gouging incidents at oag.ca.gov/report. You can also call 800-593-8222. We know at this critical stage that communication is essential. We will be hosting additional community meetings with my office, along with our state and federal colleagues, to ensure that you are getting up-to-date, accurate, vetted, and regular information that you can trust. Once again, thank you to all who are on the front lines of this firefight and recovery process. Let us continue to unify and support one another in this difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all our speakers and to everybody watching at home. This concludes the presentation portion. We'd now like to open it up to our media partners. If you have a question, raise your hand. My partner, Andy Van Sciver, will make his way over, and we'll do our best to answer it. Okay, seeing none, that concludes this press event. Reminder that you can go to fire.ca.gov and click on the Palisades Fire for all the information on the incident and links to our unified partners. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also click on our bio and use our link tree for great information as well. Thank you. Thank you all.